Hi friends, once again welcome back in our educational channel, that is Precise Electronics. Friends, in today's video lecture we are going to study the first type of counter used in digital electronic appliances, and the name of the counter is asynchronous counter, and this asynchronous counter is also known as ripple counter. And in this video lecture we are going to study 4-bit ripple counter. So 4-bit ripple counter. So this 4-bit ripple counter is used to measure the 16 pulses. The modulus of counter is 16 because n is equal to 2 raised to n. N, that is number of flip-flops. So in this case the 4 bits, so 4 flip-flops are used. So 2 raised to 4, that is 16. So this 4-bit counter counts 16 pulses. So at the end of the 16 pulses, the flip-flop or the counter get reset and start counting from the beginning. Now the logic diagram of 4-bit ripple counter. The logic diagram of 4-bit ripple counter is now going to display on your screen. From this diagram it is clear that there are 4 flip-flops. And friends, all 4 flip-flops are T flip-flop. It is a toggle flip-flop. What is toggle flip-flop? When both J and K inputs are connected to the plus VCC, the flip-flop goes into toggle mode. So in this case, all the 4 flip-flop, that is the A flip-flop, B flip-flop, C and D flip-flop, first, second, third, fourth, the 4 flip-flops are connected. The J and K input of all these 4 flip-flops are connected to plus VCC. So all these flip-flops are in toggle mode. Now in this flip-flop, the clock input signal, that is a clock input, is connected to the input terminal of first flip-flop, that is a A flip-flop. The output of A flip-flop drives the clock input of B flip-flop. Output of B flip-flop drives the clock input of C, and C drives the clock input of D. So in this case, the trigger moves like a ripple in water, one after the other. So one flip-flop drives the second, second drives the third, third drives the fourth, and so on. In this case, all flip-flops are made clear by using a clear pulse. So in this case, active low clear pulse is used. And all these flip-flops are negative edge triggered T flip-flop. Because bubble is there, so bubble indicates the active low and triangle indicates the edge trigger. So all these 4 flip-flops are negative edge triggered JK flip-flop. Now, how this flip-flop works, how this counter works. Before applying any clock pulse, all flip-flops are made clear by using a clear pulse or by using a reset pulse. So clear or reset pulse is applied, negative pulse is applied, and due to this clear pulse, the counter, the number stored in the counter or the measured output of counter is 0000. So DCBA is equal to 0000. That is initial stage of our counter. Now when the first clock applies, it is a negative edge triggered flip-flops. So at the negative edge of the first clock pulse, the A flip-flop toggles and the output of A changes from low to 1. But B, C, D remains in the initial stage, that is reset stage. Hence the output of counter is now DCBA is equal to 0001. DCB remains at low levels while the output of A goes to high level. So DCBA is equal to 0001. The output of A changes from 0 to 1, but there is no change in the state of the next flip-flop because output of A changes from 0 to 1. So obviously it is a positive edge, while the remaining flip-flops are also negative edge triggered. So the transition of state occurs only at the negative edge. So therefore, the remaining flip-flops remains in the initial stage, and that is reset stage. So output of counter at the end of the first clock pulse is 0001. Now friend, the next pulse applies at the end of the second clock pulse. So at the negative edge of second clock pulse, once again A flip-flop toggles and changes the output from 1 to 0. The output of A changes from 1 to 0. A flip-flop drives the B flip-flop. A changes from 1 to 0, so obviously it is a negative edge, and due to this negative edge, the B flip-flop, the second flip-flop is in toggle mode, and the transition of second flip-flop get occurs. So due to the transition of second flip-flop, the state of the second flip-flop changes from low to 1. So A changes from 1 to 0, B changes from 0 to 1, but C and D flip-flop remains in a reset state. So output of counter at the end of the second clock pulse is DCBA is equal to 0, 0, 1, 0, because second flip-flop is in set mode and all other flip-flops are in reset mode. So output is 0, 0, 1, 0. Next, when the next pulse applies, at the negative edge of the third clock pulse, once again A toggles, where it is the negative edge, so A toggles from 0 to 1. So output of A changes from 0 to 1. When output of A changes from 0 to 1, it is positive edge. So it will not affect the state of the B flip-flop. So B flip-flop remain as it is, remain in a previous state, and that state is a set. So B remain as it is. C and D flip-flop are also remain in last state, that is a reset state. So output of counter at this stage, at the end of the third clock pulse, is DCBA is equal to 0, 0, 1, 1. B remain as it is. B already is in set mode, so it remain at a high level 1. A changes its state from 0 to 1, so it is 1. So output of counter at the end of the third clock pulse is 0, 0, 1 and 1. That is the output of counter at the end of the third clock pulse. This process remains continued. With every clock pulse, at the negative edge of input clock pulse, A toggles from 1 to 0 or 0 to 1. At the negative edge of A, the B toggles from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. It changes its state from 0 to 1 or 1 to 0. The negative edge of B flip-flop, when B flip-flop goes into reset mode, so that negative edge toggles the C flip-flop, the transition of state occurs from low to 1 and from 1 to 0. When C flip-flop is in reset mode, when changes the state from 1 to 0, that negative edge toggles the D flip-flop, and output of D flip-flop changes from 0 to 1, and this process remains continued. So at the end of the 15 clock pulse, the output of counter is DCBA is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1. With every clock pulse, the number of counter, the number stored or number counted by the counter increases by 1. And at the end of the 15 clock pulse, the output of counter is 1, 1, 1, 1. DCBA is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1. Next, at the negative edge of the 16 clock pulse. At the negative edge of 16 clock pulse, A flip-flop toggles changes its state from 1 to 0. It is at high level, set. A changes from 1 to 0. This negative edge toggles B flip-flop. The transition of B occurs from 1 to 0. This negative edge of B toggles C flip-flop. The transition of C flip-flop occurs from 1 to 0. Negative edge of C flip-flop toggles D flip-flop. So transition of D flip-flop occurs. The changes state from 1 to 0. So at the end of the 16th clock pulse, at the negative edge of the 16th clock pulse, the output of counter is DCBA is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. That is our initial stage. So after that, when the 17th pulse appears, the counter starts counting from its beginning, from its initial condition. So 70 at the end of the 17th clock pulse, the output of counter is 0, 0, 0, and this process remains continued. So, So by using this counter, by using 4-bit ripple counter, this counter is able to count the 16 pulses, and after the 16 pulse, the counter get reset and start counting from its beginning. Now the clock diagram of this counter, that is 4-bit ripple counter, is going to display on your screen. ही जी क्लॉक डायग्राम जी आहे ती पहिले आपण व्यवस्थित बघून घेऊया हाऊ दॅट क्लॉक मूव्स. After that, we are going to study how this flip flop progresses from 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1. Just look at this wave, how this waveform moves, it progresses. The clock pulse is now going to display on your screen. The negative edge are indicated by the downward arrow. So downward arrow indicates that is a negative edge. So in this case, at least 16 pulses are there. The 16 clock pulses are now going to display on your screen. Next, the output of A. The A flip-flop, B flip-flop, C flip-flop and D flip-flops are at reset mode. That is the initial condition. So A flip-flop is in reset mode. So output of A is 0. At the negative edge of first clock pulse, the output of A changes from 0 to 1. Output of A changes from 0 to 1. That is highlighted by using this cursor. So A changes from 0 to 1. At the negative edge of second clock pulse, the A changes from 1 to 0. So A changes from 1 to 0. Today, next, at the negative edge of third clock pulse, once again A changes from 0 to 1. Then at the negative edge of the fourth clock pulse, once again A changes from low to high. That means transition of A occurs. With every negative clock pulse, the A changes its state from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. Means transition of state occurs. Next, B flip-flop. The transition of B flip-flop is now going to display. The B flip-flop changes its state from 1 to 0 and 0 to 1. पहिल्यांदा आपण ती व्यवस्था स्टडी करून बघू काय कसे डिस्प्ले होते आणि मग आपण त्याचं एक्सप्लेनेशन घेऊया. Now we are moving toward the state of C flip-flop. Now we are moving toward the D flip-flop. That is a clock diagram. That is actual the clock waveform, or it is known as the timing diagram of our counter. It is asynchronous. Now at the negative edge of first clock, the A changes the state from 0 to 1. At the negative edge of second clock pulse, the A changes the state from 1 to 0. When A changes from 1 to 0, B gets toggles and changes the state from 0 to 1. So B changes from 0 to 1. At the next clock edge of input clock pulse, the once again A changes from 0 to 1, but this is a positive edge, so it will not affect the state of B flip-flop, C flip-flop, so it remains at high state. At the fourth clock pulse, the negative edge of the fourth clock pulse, A toggles from 1 to 0. This negative edge toggles the B flip-flop. This negative edge, B flip-flop, it is a negative edge, it toggles the C flip-flop, so output of C flip-flop changes from 0 to 1. So transition of state occurs from 0 to 1. This process continues, means bit counter progresses from 0 0 0 to 1 1 1. At the end of the 16th clock pulse, the output of A flip-flop changes from 1 to 0. This negative edge toggles B flip-flop, it changes the state from 1 to 0. The negative edge of B flip-flop drives the C flip-flop. So C flip-flop toggles and changes the state from 1 to 0, and the C flip-flop toggles the D flip-flop, and the D flip-flop also changes its state from 1 to 0. So at the end of the 16th pulse, the output of counter is 0 0 0 0. That is given in the clock diagram, in timing diagram. So that is timing diagram of 4-bit ripple counter. ही जी टायमिंग डायग्राम जी आहे मित्रांनो, ही तुम्ही परत बघा, तुम्हाला लक्षात येईल कशी क्लॉक मूव्ह झाली आणि कुठल्या एजला फ्लिप फ्लॉपचं ट्रान्झिशन झालं, म्हणजे स्टेट कशी चेंज झाली, हाऊ द ट्रान्झिशन स्टेट अकर्स विथ एव्हरी क्लॉक पल्स. हे तुम्हाला जेव्हा फिगर, फक्त ही जी फिगर जी आहे, ही जी स्लाइड जी आहे, ही रिपीटेडली बघा, म्हणजे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की हाऊ द काउंटर प्रोग्रेसेस फ्रॉम 0 0 0 टू 1 1 1 1. नाउ नेक्स्ट, that is the truth table. The truth table of 4-bit ripple counter is now going to display on your screen. First, number of clock pulses, then DCBA, that is the output of each flip-flop. So at the first clock pulse, that means at the initial stage, the flip-flop is in reset mode, the counter is in reset mode, so number stored or number counted by the counter is 0 0 0 0. At the end of first clock pulse, the output of flip-flop changes, output of counter changes from 0 0 0 to 0 0 0 1. Second, at the end of second clock pulse, the output of counter is 0 0 1 0. At the end of third clock pulse, output of counter is 0011. That means the counter progresses, increases its state by 1 bit. And at the 15th clock pulse, the output of counter is 1111. So at the end of 15th clock pulse, output is 1111. At the end of the 16th clock pulse, the output of counter is 0000. That is initial stage, means 16th pulse. And the before applying any pulse, the output of counter is same, that is 0000. So after that, when the 17th pulse appears at the end of the 17th clock pulse, at the negative edge of the 17th clock pulse, once again the flip-flop, output of counter, it becomes 0001, and this process remains continuous. So friends, that is 4-bit ripple counter. Why it is known as ripple counter? Because in this case the trigger moves like a ripple in water, and it is asynchronous counter. So friends, thanks for watching this video lecture. In next video lecture, we are going to study the next type of counter, that may be decade counter, ring counter, or synchronous counter. So friends, keep watching our video lectures. Bye. Take care. See you again.